And this video is going to be about how a base cabinet and an upper cabinet is detailed or hung on the wall. So starting from the bottom, your the new cabinets that you see nowadays, especially the European cabinets, which is this one that is being detailed, and you guys know the difference between the European cabinets and traditional cabinet. I would assume, yes. Now, we're looking at the distance between that 3 inch that we were looking at, right? It's not really that's where the 3 inch ends. This is a board that is clipped onto a PVC leg, and these PVC legs or pegs are adjustable. So even if your concrete is not poured in flat, that's how it gets built up. Now, your handout that I've given you have all of these different hatches that look like this. The denser the hatch, these are 3/4 inch thick. All the dense hatch represents 3/4 inch panel, and all your fronts are represented by a 1 inch wood front. So that's what the 3/4 inch panel means. Even internally, you have 3/4 inch panel, and in the front, you have 1 inch wood front. And on the sides, a lot of the things that are in the back are all plywood construction, including your drawer. Everything but the front is wood, is actual wood, right? Now, the rest of it we'll talk about as we go up. Now, as we go to the back, we have the small rabbet joint, or you can call it a tongue and groove, however you want to, however you see it. But there's a 1/4 inch board that sits in the back. Traditionally, these cabinets didn't even have a back. If you look at a 1950s or a 1960s home, these cabinets are attached directly to the wall with nothing behind them other than wall paint. As you go up, if you go to any Home Depot or Lowe's or any place that sells cabinets, you'll realize that cabinets, you can look directly from the top all the way into the drawer. Why is that? Because your countertop is first made by plywood, and then you end up putting the granite countertop or the quartz or the Korean countertop, however you see it, goes on top of that. Now, going back to this, all our reveals are going to be 1/2 inch. You're not drawing what's in blue. You're drawing what's in white. And I'll talk about the scale at the end. So right here, the sandwich is 1.5 inches. Remember, this came out and it'll be 1.5 inches here, and the plywood gets covered. So if you buy an American granite countertop, it's going to be 1 inch thick. That's the actual dimension. Now, if you get that Chinese granite or Chinese quartz, for lack of a better word, it's going to be 3/4 of an inch. It's going to be slightly thinner, but it's going to be significantly cheaper. So if you were to keep that 1.5 inch relationship, you would want to go up on your plywood size, and that would become 3/4 inch plywood. Again, that's how this operates. Your whole back mechanism here, again, it still has a 1/4 inch bottom panel. This is all plywood construction, everything in the blue, and that's going to be drawn lighter. That's your front of your drawer, and notice how your countertop, I do not know how it would finish for you guys. You can square it out, you can bullnose it, however you guys want to do it, but you should be able to see all of that detail. Okay? Now, I'm not representing a backsplash here, but rest assured that the granite countertop or the quartz countertop, whatever it is, goes all the way to the back and touches the wall, even though your base cabinet might not, right? Because your base cabinet needs to sit upright, and if your wall's not straight, your cabinets are just going to sit, and there's going to be like a triangle gap back here. Your quartz countertop or granite countertop is what makes contact to the back, right? Your cabinets, in reality, are 1 foot 10 inches wide, despite the fact that you'll end up having a 2-foot counter after the finish is completed, right? That 1'6" as it goes to the top, notice how there's a trim here. You still have that 1/2 inch reveal, and I have spaced my 3/4 inch panel this way. The frame is like this, and for you guys, I drew this out, but for representation. But you can hang them onto a rail, or you can simply screw them to studs. You can actually join all your cabinets together and then put them up on a level and then screw them directly into studs. Multiple ways to attach. Notice how your cabinet all the way to the top is 7/11 and 3/4. What's going on is you have crown molding. You have crown molding that will finish up the rest of the gap. So if you were to be looking at, let's say right there, he's coming around with crown molding, and this crown molding will cover up that gap. That cabinet never reaches the ceiling. The ceiling could be straight, could be slanted, could be doing all kinds of things. And if that means you're gonna have to put a gap between your between the ceiling, if the ceiling's too high, oh well, right? This piece is connected. This piece in particular is connected to the cabinet and not attached to the ceiling. Now, a good carpenter will go out of his way to caulk that joint and to make sure that it is all flushed out. But other than that, that's what your detail looks like. You're going to be drawing this at a 1.5 inch equals 1 feet scale, not a 1/2 inch equals 1 feet scale. The reason is because if this is 8 foot tall, 8 times 1.5, it'll make it 12-inch tall. And this is 2 feet wide. 2 feet wide would be equivalent to 2 times 1.5. Your entire thing is going to be, your cabinets are going to be 3-inch wide for the bottom one, and then it's going to be 12 inches tall. You'll be able to find a spot on either side of your board, depending on how you arrange it, to be able to draw this detail. So you have done a plan, section elevation, and an architectural detail. With that said, please like, subscribe, and comment below.